Hey guys, it's your boy Randy Dad and welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video, I thought I'd try something a little new. You know, I like to try and bring new series onto the channel, and in the background, I am planning a bunch of brand new series for the main channel. So I figured today, why not start with one of them now? So throughout the years, I've always been fascinated with video games and gaming consoles. You guys know this. Sometimes I like to go on the internet and look up facts and other necessary things about said gaming console. So I figured why not do that, but turn it into a series on the channel. Now, with that being said, I am not the best when it comes to knowing everything as far as tech-wise and whatnot about these said consoles. Y'all know I ain't no tech channel. I don't know the specs. I don't know a lot about the GPUs, CPUs, hardware, software. I don't know anything about that. But today on the channel, this is going to be the first video for interesting facts about said console. You know, I wanted to start off this episode strong. I wanted to start off with a console that I love, a console that I have been a huge fan of, a console that y'all know on the channel is dear to my heart. And with that console I'm talking about is a Nintendo GameCube. I love the GameCube. It's been a part of my childhood since pretty much for as long as I can remember. I have a bunch of games for it that I've been trying to collect throughout the years, and overall, I've just have had a ball with my GameCube. Before we get into the facts, let me give you guys just a little rundown on what this kind of series is. So essentially what this is for these said consoles that I do the video on, I look up 5 interesting facts that I thought were interesting. If you guys know the facts, that's one thing. These are facts that I am finding out for the first time ever, but I want to share with you guys on the channel. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe you might not know these facts about the said console, but I wanted to do that, and then maybe even sometimes throw in some bonus facts. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump into the video. These aren't really in any special order. I just am gonna list down from the first to like the last fact, and that's kind of how we're gonna do it from here on out. So the first fact I have is kind of centered around the unique A button on the GameCube controller. So y'all know the GameCube controller structure is technically centered around the A button here, but there's more to it than what you may think. Nintendo's game designer Shigeru Miyamoto had expressed desire for this button to be the centerpiece for the GameCube software. The point was for the action button to be primarily used, thus the decision to make it stand out and easy to access. And it turns out in the early prototype, it had the B button kind of taking the curve of where you see these buttons around the A button are. So if you look close where the A button is, originally in a prototype for the GameCube controller, the B button, I should say, was going to be this curved shape here that was going to be centered around the A button. How that would have worked, who knows, but that would have been pretty interesting. And I'm someone who loves the GameCube controller. Like, I love the feel, I love the play. It's what I use for when I mostly play Smash. So overall, I love this controller. All right, so coming in with fact number 2 is one that I thought was a little silly, and I just wanted to throw it out here. So this one is titled, "It's Not Actually a Cube." Though its length and width do manage to get close at 5.9 inches and 6.3 inches respectively, its height is over an inch smaller at 4.3, therefore not classifying the console as a cube, but somewhat of a rectangle. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm no expert in geometry. I failed geometry in high school. I'm not afraid to admit it. Theoretically, yes, because of its dimensions, you can not classify it as a cube. Dog, come on. I'm sorry. Call me dumb, call me stupid. Well, if you call me dumb and stupid, we probably won't have a problem, unless I say something dumb or stupid. What? Why? Why? Like, you finna sit here and tell me that this bad boy right here is a rectangle and not a cube? I'm looking at it right now, and to me it looks like a cube. So coming in at number 3, we got the canceled Nintendo games. There are a wide range of canceled GameCube games that didn't get to see the light of day. Some that were even displayed at conventions like E3 and other expos. I'm gonna give a brief rundown on some of those games that we did not get. Despite the console launching with some solid titles, there were many anticipated games that never saw the light of day. Such games as Perfect Dark Zero, Donkey Kong Racing, and Super Mario 128. So these games were highly expected to release and be great due to their previous titles, but Nintendo, I guess, decided to just scrap the games as a whole. You can go on there and find these images for certain games. For some, like Perfect Dark Zero, we did get some of these released on other consoles. Like if you have the Rare Action Replay, I believe you do get access to the Perfect Dark Zero, which was released, I believe, on the Xbox because Rare is owned by Microsoft. Nintendo could have bought Rare, but I get it. But at the same time, Nintendo could have, had that bag more than what they were getting at the time if they would have got Rare. But that's just me. That's just me. I definitely plan on wanting to do a more in-depth, detailed video with canceled GameCube games. So be on the lookout for that because that is something I do plan on bringing to the channel. So coming in at number 4 was Nintendo's forced license. So we all know the GameCube didn't do well sales-wise. They had a bunch of amazing titles and it did capture the eyes of a lot of fans, but at the time when it was competing with other consoles like the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox original, it's going to be hard to kind of compete with two powerhouses, especially when both of them play DVDs and CDs. Therefore, because Nintendo lost money with the GameCube, they had no choice but to license some of their title characters, such as Mario. Now, this was one that I kind of was trying to wrap my mind around and would explain why Mario appeared in other games. For an example, like NBA The Street Volume 3. You can play as Mario, Luigi, and Peach. SSX on Tour. In that game, they also have playable characters like Mario, Luigi, and Peach. And they did that so that way Nintendo could earn money back on profits that they lost from the Nintendo GameCube. And then, of course, there's Konami's Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix, which is a game I'll never forget. I've been begging for years as a kid. I remember I would ask for that game a lot for like Christmas or my birthday. And I'm kind of glad I didn't get it because as I got older, I actually had the chance to play it. And quite frankly, it's not a game that I personally would go out of my way and play, but is it something that I would eventually add to my collection? Sure. But unfortunately, those games too even failed sales-wise. So even though Nintendo tried to license some of their product characters, they kind of really didn't even break even, which sucks. Last fact I got is Nintendo's controller changed the game. So everyone's familiar with Nintendo's Wavebird controller. It's actually the first wireless controller for a gaming console, believe it or not. It is the first ever first-party manufactured licensed controller that is wireless. Several years prior to the console's release, various third-party companies tried making a wireless controller, but no one could do so. I personally never got my hands on the Wavebird controller. I have been trying to buy Wavebird controllers, but those are out the ass expensive. And a lot of people, I'm sure, use them for Melee and other various games, and I knew some people that had them, but not a lot of people had them. They just had the normal controllers like this. Alrighty, and before I end the video, I'm gonna leave you with 2 bonus facts. First one being that the Nintendo GameCube was the first ever Nintendo console to utilize internet play. The Nintendo GameCube has 2 additional startup sounds. So the first one has a whimsical sound with that cartoony noise in the child's laughter. And you can get that by holding down the Z button right here. And the second produced sound is like a ninja-like wind sound. And that one is done when 4 GameCube controllers are holding down the Z button simultaneously. And with that being said, that concludes the top 5 interesting Nintendo GameCube facts. Now, of course, there are tons more out there, and who knows, maybe I'll do a part 2. But I just wanted to test this video out, see if you guys enjoyed it. I personally liked looking up these facts, and I can't wait to just make more videos in this series. So alrighty guys, so if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. All links to my socials in the description below. And if you have a Nintendo GameCube out there, or if you have played the Nintendo GameCube throughout your childhood, what is your favorite GameCube game? Tell me down in the comment section below, and I will catch y'all in the next upload. I am Rated Ed, and I am out of here.